All right. Let's take a look here. So the big thing I need is to plan for the Frozen Fjord. We're not going to do that tonight. Tonight we're going to get the Crystal Fields. But I need to figure out which characters I need to invest in. Blinkblade sounds like a really good idea. I'm just wondering if I can get like a level 6 Geminate and if I can make that work before I play the Frozen Fjord. That's probably not possible. Man, Dragonfly Surge is so underwhelming at just being a single target attack 6. So if I'm level 6, I get access to Corrosive Acids, which does allow me to brittle Shrike Fiends. Which sounds really nice for the bridge, but I guess that would pair better with Drifter than Blinkblade, wouldn't it? It's like, I can theoretically see a way that Geminate gets through a Shrike Fiend just fine. Hornbeetle Carapace on turn 1 and switch to... Or no, and just move forward. And then Corrosive Acids and move and switch into a position where I can Dragonfly Surge, and maybe I could have the element, so I could, or I could just use a Spyglass. A strengthened attack 8 into a brittled target, and then an attack 4 in the same turn. And that could theoretically do a ton of damage. Plus we have the bonus crit. Maybe we get a bless from somewhere, and like Geminate could get through a Shrike Fiend. Deathwalker really struggles with the Shrike Fiends, so she's not the answer. Banner Spear, I think same thing. I can't imagine any level ups changing my effectiveness into Shrike Fiends. Definitely not. Like the Falcon Summon plus a Boldening Blow is just not even close to enough. Banner of Valor and then just attack it for 2 every turn. Bone Shaper would be good if I could get all the way up to level 8. But that's not going to happen. So that's 4 characters that won't be able to cross the bridge. So it'll have to be Blinkblade and Drifter or Blinkblade and Snowflake. Last time I tried with Snowflake, it felt really sketchy to me. So maybe I'll just do Blinkblade Drifter. Which means I want to get Drifter up to level 6. Maybe we just try to get everybody up to level 6. What if I just run these 4? That should be fine, right? What do we get when we get back? We get both the trading post and the garden, so that'll be pretty huge. What do I need to get here? We went Locust Host. We really did not have any use for the card. Let's get Venomous Barbs instead. The problem is that I'm just not going to take like any ranged cards at all. And that'll be very underwhelming. All right. Can this party go and play the level we need to do? Oh, I could go to My Private Empire right now and try to get some masteries. Bone Shaper still needs both of her masteries, so summon on turn 1 and have it get 6 kills. Theoretically possible. Drifter got his 4 persistence on their final tick. So we need to never move or attack for less than 4. That's very doable, especially with Banner Spear. Who needs to summon a banner and keep it in range? And we don't have 3 formations. We're not level 3. And switch form and lose a card every round. Okay, we can get these 4. So let's go to my private empire and do that. The gimmick for this level is that it... Pick option C. The gimmick for this level is that you you only have to go for like a couple rooms, and then you can just choose to end the level if you want. Oh. Don't crash on me. Could not connect to Steam. Interesting. I have no idea what it's doing. But maybe I'll need to give up on it for a second. And now it is not wanting to sync. Well, I wanted to look up what the rewards for that level were. I have the books right here. This is like scenario 114 or something along those lines. (107). And we read 177.5. All the way at the end of the book. Oh, okay. It's just gain any number of collective materials equal to the number of sections of the scenario you beat. Overkill by 4, take only long rests, have 5 or more cards. Kill 2 or more enemies in the same round. Never attack an enemy that's already gone. Okay. Never perform a basic action or 2 cards in the lost pile before your first rest. Be targeted by attacks by 3 or more enemies in the same round. We can get that. And maybe Daredevil. Alright, at least it's lasting longer this time than last time. So what do I get exactly on Drifter if I get up to 6 before crossing the bridge? we get Chunk of Flesh, which gives us a nice heal. This will be really good for 1v1ing a Strike Fiend. The problem is it's not damage. It's not very much damage. Attack 4 is just underwhelming, and Drifter's deck doesn't scale well, and none of these level up cards help us hit Strike Fiends. I guess Breakthrough is fine, but it's definitely not special. Consume Stamina is a really good and interesting card for ranged mode. What's the bottom? Move 2, retaliate 2. Whenever an adjacent enemy dies, move a tick back. So not that good for the bridge. I probably take advantage on all my attacks. We could get the accurate strikes for going into the Wind Demons. That's pretty interesting. Okay, Drifter, move 4 or attack for 4 every round. So we'll play move 4 here. Let's just play Crushing Weight with Sustained Momentum. And then we go after that. And we move him. Oh, it looks like I can't do that. Because I need to make a banner on turn 1. Then here, I need to summon on turn 1. I'm probably not getting 6 kills with a summon, though. That seems pretty unrealistic. But playing a loss and switching every turn is very doable. So Changeling's Boon does that by itself. And then I don't have to worry about anything after that. For this turn. Alright, and then there are just going to be some skeletons to kill. Sustain momentum. Activate Changeling's Boon. So that's a loss and a switch. Here is a banner on turn 1. Oh, I'm so dumb. I didn't move the Drifter. I played 2 bottom. Yeah, but if I was summoning a thing. Okay. Drifter needed to play his move 4. That's alright. We just won't get that one. I'm very tired, so I'm definitely not going to play any difficult levels if I'm going to make mistakes like that. Alright, we can just move. We'll go ahead and activate the thing and set our Crushing Weight. And then we'll go just shortly after Drifter and command an extra attack into something. Let's just see if we can get off a Meat Grinder. Why not? And then I am in ranged form. I need to switch, and I need to play a loss. So do I just harvest the essence and not do anything else? It's kind of funny. Let's just do the Hail of Thorns attack with Selfless Offering. That'll switch me and do a loss.
The same voice from the courtyard rings out from...
Alright, we get a bunch of skeletons, and they're just shielding and healing. So Bone Shaper's not going to do much. But hey, Banner of Strength into skeletons is always good. Oh, never mind. I take back they're not going to do much. +2 and he would have killed him, and that would have been crazy. We can go ahead and get a meat grinder on this guy. If I had moved Drifter better, I could have gotten both of these, and that would have been cool. This is going to be a very underwhelming attack, too, I think. We dealt, like, 1 damage, 1 damage, 2 damage. Alright, Bone Shaper, we can just go fast. Hopefully the skeletons pick up a kill. We can command the Wretched if they don't. Here I didn't get them moving, but that's fine. We'll just attack some stuff. Geminate needs to make sure to switch, which I could do with Hornet Stinger. I need to play a loss. We can just Icebound Quills and Draining Pincers. Attack a guy, do good damage to him, move and switch. If Geminate goes here at 14, I could get off Resolved Courage. At Driving Inspiration Speed, why not? Okay. Works for me. Annoying card out of these guys, but what can you do? Let's just hit this guy as hard as we can. I mean, miss him. I think that's what I said. There we go. We found some damage. Maybe we'll get a +2 or +1 here. No. Rolling +1 into miss is such a tease. Alright, Banner Spear, you got this. Bonus damage into this guy. He dies to a 0. Not that kind of 0. Miss and -2. Little bit yikes. Alright, so my own self-muddle was pretty rough. There we go. We picked up a kill. I guess I just move this guy in. This is the one who I need to protect to get him 6 kills, if he can literally kill everything. For some reason, I doubt that, though. Where am I? Oh, that's right. This is a new Geminate. I don't have the Dancing Slippers. At least not yet. Oh, yeah, Drifter can wear armor. Yeah, that'll help into the Strike Fiend. At least they were muddled for their good turn. Alright. Pick up a few more kills. I need to play a loss and switch. Mind Spike, it's kind of hard to reach things. Yeah, let's just go for a Harvest the Essence. That'll work. And that's both a loss and a switch. Here I would love double attacks. I guess that's not going to happen. Maybe just Vile Assault. Here I need to lose another card. So let's just play Unbreakable Wall. Because luckily the game counts that as losing it, even though it shouldn't. But I'll take it, I'm not going to complain. Oh, good damage from Drifter. Big damage? Maybe? Very nearly. How crazy do the skeletons want to go? That's a good kill. Oh. Let me down. Accidentally get the bone dagger off on this guy, maybe? Don't let me down again, Skelly. He tried. He tried really hard. Hey, good job, skeleton. Alright, get missed. Wow, that's a lot of damage. He did! The skeleton's on a roll. Can he get kills? Kills number 3 and 4. We shall see. Here I need to lose a card and switch. Which I can do by wounding my own skeleton and attacking with Hornet Stinger. And then we're just going to end it, because I get double masteries on Geminate. That's pretty good. In this level, like, it gets really sketchy if you continue on past here. The next room has a whole bunch of ruined machines, which love to just self-destruct on you and make you sad. No. I wanted the one guy who already had a bunch of kills to get it. I will get this experience point. Alright, good enough for me. We got some masteries, we got some battle goals. Oh, I actually leveled. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about Pincushion, but we got 2 masteries, so won't complain there. We got Guardian of the Flag. We already had Drifting on the Edge. Alright. Done. Level 4 for Bone Shaper is pretty nice. I really like Flesh Shield. It's a very, very good card. You really need the initiative. Really, really need the initiative on Flesh Shield.
The alarm bell rings. A guard spotted the unmistakable flash of pink chitin just below the surface of the water.
Let's trust in Violet.
Violet.
Alright, fewer buildings will be attacked. Craftsman. We really don't want to lose the Craftsman. But we only have 1 soldier. Alright, it didn't get wrecked at least. That's weird. Oh, I only have 1 inspiration. Okay. That makes sense. I was seeing the 3 down here and thought I had 3. Let's see. Hide and hide. Garden. Okay, let's not lose our garden. And the hunting lodge. That's fine. Hide and hide. Alright, so level 4 we have Critical Failure or Flesh Shield. Critical Failure, I do think that there could be a really interesting build with this if you're playing in a really curse-heavy party with the Bone Ball. Because the Bone Ball has a really, really, really high base attack. And so, if you can get the Bone Ball stacked all of the way, he gets 3 plus 5 damage. So he has a base attack 8. And then if your party, like, Deathwalker can do some cursing. Astral can do some cursing. Bone Shaper herself can do some cursing. So if you can just keep, if you have a party like that, and you can keep the deck basically always at 10 curses, then anytime, like, your Bone Ball could potentially be getting like 3 to 4 attack 8s every single turn. Then when it doesn't get missed, it would lose a stack, but it's still attacked 7, which is pretty good, and then you could just like restack it. So I do think that there's a really cool build with Critical Failure and the Bone Ball, if you can get there. But that's getting all the way up to level 8, and not taking Flesh Shield in the meantime is just really bad. This top ability is amazing. Being able to give an ally Shield 2, Retaliate 2 is really, really, really insanely good. With that in mind, let's add these +2 either elements, because if we can get a bunch of summons out and they draw the +2 either element, that's really, really, really good for our Flesh Shield. By far, like, the easiest way to get it set. Then here, 3 perks for Banner. Oh, did I never... Okay, we hit level 3, so let's grab Let Them Come. And let's just get these -1s improved. And then I like rolling +1s. I like this Shield 2 once per scenario. Move somebody on a long rest can be kind of nice. Not always super important, but it can be. Alright, we took some rolling +1s. I guess let's take the crit. And take out the -2. But we still just have so many -1s. Geminate's deck is so underwhelming. The perks are so bad. Alright, we now have the trading post, which we can upgrade again. And yeah, this just gives us the stock items. But Bone Shaper... Oh. No, it wasn't Bone Shaper. Yeah, Bone Shaper wants the Warden's Robes. That's what it was. So we can pick that up, and we're very happy. Thieves' Hood is definitely not what we want. What we can sell that. We get 10 gold, and we can buy a medal here. And we can just pick up the Simple Charm. Oh, 2 metal. Alright, well, after the next scenario, we can pick up the Simple Charm. And it's just like, why not? Why not take out a -1? Dang, we still have 5 -1s. What perks have I even taken? I took out a -2. I got 2 +2 set either elements. Oh, and I took the get a free summon out. Alright, we should be able to afford to go play Crystal Fields with this party without any of our super strong characters. Good herbs here. Make sure I edit some of my cards. Yeah, I don't have Venomous Barbs. I'll want that. We'll take it over Hornet Stinger. They're both poison cards. This does have a switch on it, which can be nice. I guess also the Pierce 3 is good in this scenario. So maybe I do want that card. I definitely want Reckless Jab and Reshape the Guise. Let's see, a melee card to drop. Maybe we just run like this. And then I've got the level 4 card here, Flesh Shield. We'll bring that over. Maybe Malicious Conversion. It's a fast card, which is good. Yeah, I'm content. I think we can actually play Shockwave for this level. We won't let them come. There are some traps here, so I'll keep Unbreakable Wall. We don't need Incendiary Throw. Okay. Let's go. One level and then bed. I'm tired. I can feel it. Hey, BF Lean? Befleen 24? I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
To take a break from the trail. It gurgles tiny bubbles. You and your party sink into
Oh, nice. Everybody got a perk mark. And we have a perk for Drifter. -1 with a +1. Now let's go ahead and grab a... Add 2, get a tick back. So we've got a lot of +1s to get rid of. Alright. 2 or more loot tokens by doing a loot while adjacent to somebody. 3 or more loot tokens in the same turn. Or 5 or more hand cards in hand and discard pile at the end. I think I'll go for this loot, and let's just put the... Make sure we have the loot card in. Okay, Eternal Torment we do. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is weird. BF Lean. Well, hey, Brian. This is the Crystal Fields. It's a very, very simple one. Scenario 18. It's in the Algox quest line when you go with the snowflake. Just frozen corpses and burrowing blades. There's some traps in the level, and in the final room there's an Algox guard who is your friend, and you can't let him die. And there are a bunch of burrowing blades around him, so you don't want to let them wound him, because that can be bad. But I have a lot of ally healing in my party. Actually, everybody. All 4 of my characters can heal allies easily. So that shouldn't be an issue. I think there are some hazards, so maybe Masochist is good. Kill an enemy and pick up its loot. We can do that. No attacks for the first 3 rounds. 7 or fewer experience points. Never play your lower initiative. Let's just do no attacks for the first 3 rounds. Yeah, I have a strategy I like for this one. And it's really cheesy, but it works really well. Never attack an enemy who's already gone. Never kill an elite enemy or a boss. Or collect the most loot. I want to collect a lot of loot because it's a new Geminate. So we'll go for that. We have a loot card. A top loot card too. So Geminate is actually not a bad looter. This is one of the only scenarios in the game where you see a whole bunch of one monster type, and then you open a door and there's more of that monster type, and you can standee limit them. So when I do this level in the speed run, I just have like Kelp like goes into the middle of the second room and just sits there and with Blinkblade being invisible until the burrowing blades get the card where they move to the furthest enemy, where they move a lot so that they completely surround Kelp in this room. And then when that happens, Blinkblade opens the door. There are like 5 burrowing blades surrounding Kelp, and only 1 spawns in the final room because there can only be 6. So Blinkblade just kills that 1, and then Kelp has a card that makes all adjacents suffer 2. And then has a card that's 3 attacks for 3 with wound. Or attack for 2 with wound. 3 attacks for 2 with wound. And you just wound and make all of the burrowing blades suffer at the same time, and then they just die really quickly. Slipping into death, the level 2 card lets you bane one of them. It's a really cool strategy in the speedrun. Speaking of a cool strategy, we've got a very nice, free, easy javelin that does not quite insta-kill this guy. But I just step here, pull, so maybe I'll just driving inspiration. Attack him at advantage, step, pull, and he should die. And that'll be nice and satisfying. And then just 3 of these guys to deal with. That is still kind of a lot. I need to make sure that Bone Shaper's not in a position where she can't summon. But I think we will just go ahead and get a summon in. Along with our free one. Drifter can set up. And... oh, I never put his level 3 card in. That's fine. It's really not necessary. Is Shockwave yeah, Shockwave's the top. I think I'm going to try to play Shockwave's loss. To try to help deal with Burrowing Blades. And then Geminate. I've got these traps over here, but they're just so far away. Maybe I could possibly get this guy if he only moves like 1. How many cards does he only move 1? 0. Okay, then never mind. He's always moving in. Let's just go late. We'll pull something in. That's a general... that's a play that generally just works. Oh, I'm very excited for the update. The update's going to be a lot of fun. I am worried that it's just not going to be very many more scenarios. And so that's going to be a little bit sad. But still. There are 3 new characters, which adds a ton of variety. And I think they said like 18 or so new levels. So that's not that bad. Even if I wish for more. Does anyone want any element? I can't check everybody's cards. I think it's dark that gives me retaliate with flesh shield. Unfortunately, my skeleton's just going to run up into this guy's retaliate 3 and die, which I completely forgot about. I guess I can... oh, here we go. I can move in here and pull in the normal, and the normal doesn't have any retaliate. And then the skeleton at least has something that he can hit. And if I move Bone Shaper to here, it's a pretty forward position, but this does put me where both my skeletons will hit the normal so they don't die to retaliate. And then I can meet Grinder. Although I don't want this thing to die so that my skeletons don't die, but we'll figure that out. Let's just buff the damage and meet Grinder. And then Geminate. Move in and disarm sounds good. And then Drifter. Drifter's going to need a lot of move. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe we'll just go fast and get out of the way here. I can get an experience with Flesh Shield. That may just be best. I could double curse. That's pretty good. I could double curse with Bone Dagger and Eternal Torment, and then maybe I get a free summon that way. But I don't have any summons in the discard. But I would have a summon in the discard if one moves and dies to retaliate. Let's get the Flesh Shield experience first. And then now, surely Drifter will be able to reach something, right? Yeah, Drifter should be able to hit either this guy or this guy, one of them. Oh, never mind, Geminate's not. Okay, we're hoping that this thing dies. So Banner, that's going to be on you. Big damage. That's a miss. Although it means now my skeletons won't just die. Alright, Bone Shaper's in a sketchy situation. Did I play move 4? I played move 4, so I just moved Bone Shaper out of the way instead of cursing. Well, these two will both hit Banner Spear. So we'll give Banner Spear a shield and retaliate too. It's pretty decent. They're multi-target. We'll give one more. And then we'll take an attack 5 on Bone Shaper. Why not? Oh, the reason why not is that now Drifter doesn't get to do anything. Let's hit this guy, and now he might die to the Retaliate. And Gem will protect Bone Shaper. Oh. That's not the disarm card. I meant to play the disarm card, but Immobilize works too. Like this. Oh man, I am so tired I can barely keep my eyes open. Ow. 10 damage. That's absurd. Wow, I'm glad I had that shield. They pulled +1 crit. Oh, and a 0. I thought it was more than that. Man, with my 2 shield? Did I use Bone Shaper's shield? I did. Crazy. Alright, well... I'll go fast and I'll Bone Dagger and then hopefully kill this guy, I guess. So we just want to go after 18 and hit him relatively hard, maybe with a Bloodletting. And so then this skeleton's going to hit him and die on him. But I don't want him to be dead. How do I do this? I would love to go for a disarm on something. I could fast disarm that guy, but that doesn't really matter. I would love to go for a disarm on this guy. But I guess there's not anybody there. Do I not have move 2, move an ally 2? Oh, it wouldn't work anyway. Combined effort. I guess I can move here and go for Let Them Come and heal the Bone Shaper. Bone Shaper won't mind that. And then here we'll just throw out a Scarab Flight. Bye, skeleton. I could command this guy not to attack. Because I don't know if this guy's going down. Banner can switch to him, though, if he does. Alright, that's fine. Bone Dagger this guy. Heal up a bit. And we probably possibly get another extra skeleton out. Oh, I can double hit. That's probably worth it. And then switching is pretty good for me anyway. Okay. No damage. Poor Geminate. Oh yeah, Drifter's definitely a +2 to kill. Oh. At least he dies to the wound now. Oh, I could have gotten my Mugger, though. Had he died. Why am I thinking that this guy's not hitting? I don't know why I'm thinking that, because he's definitely hitting. And he's hitting Bone Shaper, so let's give Bone Shaper a shield. Oh, he's not hitting because when this guy dies to the wound, I can make a summon. Oh, rolling shield into crit. If only they had been +1s. Alright, this guy's first. But we gave Bone Shaper the shield and a heal. Oh, but now I can't summon with the Bone Dagger because I'm surrounded. No. So sad. At least with this positioning, my skeleton can't go in and die. So we'll just give him a curse. Drifter's going to need to move a lot. Let's just go fast over here. Jump on the other side and disarm. And then Drifter can hit him. We'll need to heal up, but that shouldn't be an issue. I can disarm again, but he's already going to be disarmed. So I guess that means I just move in. Hey, it still gave me a curse. And we actually picked up the kill. Wasn't Bone Dagger's fault that I didn't think about not surrounding myself. I definitely could have played around it. I could have Hornet commanded this skeleton out of the way. I could have just not put Bone Shaper there. This battalion is actually kind of brutal. You know, after playing Banner Spear on digital a lot, you tried all the possible builds and you like the ranged builds? Yeah. I like the ranged build a lot more from playing it than I ever anticipated when theory crafting it. I'm going to want that loot. Does he kill with crit? No, he does not kill with crit. So let's just tell him not to hit him yet. We'll have somebody else go fast. And make him take a little bit of damage. Drifter can go fast. Although Drifter can't really go fast and, like, hit him for a little bit. But I can get some ticks back on him. I probably want to heal with regroup. Alright, I guess that means that Geminate is the one who will disarm him. I won't be able to switch. I have very few switch from melee to ranged mode cards, since I dropped one of the better ones. What does poisoning myself do? It adds +2. I just want to wound myself to get the disarm. Oh, don't kill. Okay, nice. I will take that regenerate for sure. Throwing javelins and occasionally taking some strong damage with your high HP pool is strong. When playing, you're like, this is so good. It can keep banners up for an entire scenario with ease and do a lot of damage. Yeah. I was very pleasantly surprised, especially with, like, the level 9 card is just a lot of fun. When you can get some blesses out and you have the Banner of Strength up for a really long time, it just feels pretty good. We do not want Regenerate on Drifter. I guess I'll just move this way. But since here you don't mind taking some damage. Yeah, and good healing. Yeah, and if you're far away, then... Oh, my skeleton died. If you're far away, then just giving yourself a heal 2 regenerate with regroup, you're not going to tank damage, so you actually get to experience the regenerate. Whereas sometimes if you're stuck in the action, then you just get hit. Do not miss this. That would be really bad. Okay. We get our mugger here. That's worth something. I was playing Banner Spear with a group. You'd only do the range build. When your friend played her, it was so frustrating for him when he couldn't get the formations. For the most part, a lot of the formations are really just like, you just need an ally standing next to them. Like trying to get the disarm on the Banner of Strength card, the rallying cry. That you can just go at 6 initiative as long as there's any ally standing next to an enemy. And like same with Unbreakable Wall, and same with Tip of the Spear. That one you need somebody behind you. It's pretty easy to force the formations with your 6 initiative card, with the pull on Javelin, and with Combined Effort, where you move 2 and you move an ally for 2. Meat Grinder is kind of one that you have to think about a little bit more, but you get more value out of it. I really just think that Boldening Blow, the level 4 formation card, is just so good that not getting to play with Boldening Blow is very sad. But you can go mostly range build and just... Wait, when did I lose my regenerate? Did it do my wound before my regenerate? I had both wound and regenerate, and it did the wound first. Are you kidding me? That's so dumb. Actually, the wound on Flailing Tendrils is good here. And the Venomous Barbs Retaliate is good here. We don't need Horn Beetle. We're not going to do ranged attacks. Unbreakable Wall, if you want a front line, is almost exclusively the bottom. Interesting. I almost never play its bottom. But I can see it. Alright, we open this door here. Bone Shaper would love to have more skeletons out first. And Drifter wants to rest, okay. Oh, but then what is Banner Spear even doing? I guess... regroup is just only 2 range on the heal. That kind of sucks. I could just go ahead and plop down the Banner of Strength right here. You got spoiled by Sunkeeper and Redguard. Early game Banner is not very good at tanking, but with your perk that gives you 2 shield on any turn that you need it, the level 5 card that gives you a 5 speed shield 2 to you and all adjacent allies, and then your multiple disarm cards through Rallying Cry and through Boldening Blow, and the Banner of Valor to immune the first source of damage that comes in. Oh, I totally forgot about Prepper. You definitely do get some tankiness with Banner Spear. Also, the early game tank items in Frosthaven are way worse than both Gloomhaven and Jaws of the Lion. So you definitely feel that a little bit. Just play cards I don't need. Hello, Claw. I'm good. How are you? Bullying Low is good for the Blesses and Disarm, but it's a lot of work for it. It's not nearly as good as it was when you were playing it wrong. Yeah, if you get 4 targets on it, it's the best card in the game. Normally, for most scenarios, it's really easy to get it off on turn 1, because you can go at 71 and like move 1 and pull with Javelin. And that just generally works really well in turn 1 most scenarios. And then that's why I love to take the... At level 5, I love to go back and take the other level 4 card, because then you get a 20 initiative, place a summon behind you, and then once again you just need 1 ally standing next to you, and you can get off multiple you can get off the Boldening Blow, and you give yourself a bless on Banner Spear. And she actually has some things that make blesses really nice. She has 4 rolling +1s once you get them, which makes blessing really, really good. I actually kind of want to set up Drifter for another turn. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to set Shockwave and Relentless. And I'm just going to open the door. We'll be fine. We'll figure it out. I think I'm just going to kill everything front to back. I've got a Bone Shaper, so we won't go for the cool strategy, but... I mentioned that it exists, at the very least. I think I'm going to hope that we get +2 Leaf Dark on one of our attacks, and we can get a Flesh Shield off. So when we open this door, we're going to get some spawns back here. They're so tall in this game. Let's see. Move 4 on this guy. Move 4 on these guys. I'll just back up quite a bit. And we can get an attack for 2. Frosthaven early items are pretty miserable. But yeah, everybody misunderstood Boldening Blow. Like, the first time I read it, I was like, there's just no way. Like, that card is so way too good. Dang, 3 shield means we just do not do any damage. And they're going to attack. I guess they're... This guy's going to hit the faster skeleton, which was this one. So we'll shield him up. Oh, he's not going to survive, though. He's not going to get to retaliate. Oh, we do have Warden's Robes now. Alright, Drifter needs to get in there to tank with Relentless now. But it'll be good when it happens. Ow, that's so much damage. And now I get the Dark that I wanted. It was probably an element that would have been useful, but I'm not going to take the time to figure it out. I don't ever play the regroup summon, the one that heals everybody 3. I can see an argument for why you would play it, but for me, that's just a card that I can justify dropping because it says that it hurts yourself. I haven't found that I really need the guy to set the formations. Did he miss? I mean, he had to have missed because my summon's alive. Yeah, he got a curse. Nice. Oh, they have 5 curses in their deck. I knew I had cursed some. Yeah, I guess Bone Dagger, Eternal Torment, and I did get off 2 doubled Damned Hordes, didn't I? Let's just go for more curses then. We won't get the Bone Dagger summon, but they're already at 5 curses. Get them up to 7. That's pretty good. Drifter wants to just go fast and go in so that he'll tank. And I can hit this guy and Shockwave off of him. I can just go to here to Draining Arrows and Banner Spear. Banner Spear has a Meat Grinder on these 2. I wanted a Javelin to get this Frozen Corpse, but I can just Unbreakable Wall him next turn. And when we have a 2-target Meat Grinder, we have to grab it. Maybe here I can go Latent Scarab Flight and use this trap somehow. And if not, it's not the end of the world. It's a whole lot of suffering too, but we'll get through it. The fact that everyone misunderstood the card in the same way raises some questions. Yeah, Dwarfs says that that's by far his least favorite thing about the game, is that he has to correct people's interpretation of that card multiple times a day. And then people will constantly try to argue with him and tell him he's wrong. Man, I'm really not doing damage to these things very quickly. Hey, the skeleton got a damage, though. And there's that Leaf Dark. They're definitely not dying, but... Two more curses in their deck. And maybe we get another +2 and deal another damage? No. Ooh. Alright. All that suffrage was quite bad. This guy hasn't even gone yet. But I can get off a push here. So we might as well. And then I'm still in ranged mode. So I just position for a double attack, I guess. Or maybe I want to position for the immobilize. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually in a good spot to get a 3-target immobilize off, so maybe we'll do that with Mind Spike. It makes them all suffer, which is pretty good. And then I can just like move and heal, or move and switch. Move and switch lets me get the disarm. So we'll mobilize and move and switch. Dang, and Drifter survives. Drifter survives. Nice. Alright, a lot of healing is needed here. No Remorse, Vile Assault, just double heal up. Bone Shaper... Do not have a fast heal. I don't have any summons either, so I think my best course of action here is to short rest. I do not want to lose Flesh Shield. Alright, Grave Digging is acceptable, I guess. And I will just go... 29 is fast enough. What's the fastest attack on Burrowing Blades? 37. Okay, and it's not even an attack. Fastest attack is 53. I knew it was really slow. I just didn't remember what it was. Tunneling Slices would crush me so hard right here. So I need to kind of focus. Because we're not in good shape. Alright, I'll have to Boots Bone Shaper, but I do have them. Okay, but Mind Spike is really good here. That's definitely what I need. Mind Spike for the 3-target. And then Drifter will just move and heal. So we get 3 immobilizes, we get a move and heal. Banner will disarm one of these guys. And then worst case scenario, there's like one guy tunneling slicing me. And it is tunneling slices, but I think we played around it well. I need the boots here. Boom, boom, boom. They all suffer. I'm wondering if there's a way... What if I move here? Is there a way for me to make it to where none of them hit me? Because these guys are immobilized, so they can't attack. If I get everybody adjacent to these two, the problem is there's no way for me to do that without getting hit by this guy. And he's elite, so I would retaliate if I get hit by him. But I can disarm, like, this guy. Maybe I'll just have to tank 1 tunneling slices. don't know, maybe I'm moving incorrectly. Definitely throwing this big heal here. And then I can give them a curse. I guess right now... I think I'm just going to move and heal and heal. And now we get through this turn at least. Oh, that's good damage. Alright. It should be only this guy gets to attack. This guy should not have moved because he was disarmed. So he's not targeting exactly the way I wanted, but I guess it's fine. It definitely was incorrect. At least these guys didn't attack. They were immobilized, so they weren't able to move. Okay, so this guy dies to wound. We're gonna want... I'm in melee mode now, which means drag down goes super hard. Move here and drag down. I do take retaliate with that, though. Fortitude probably just kills this guy. I'm out of continuous health charges. That's actually kind of crazy. Okay, so Fortitude kills this guy. This guy dies to wound. What can Bone Shaper do to help? That's a bit of a tough question here. Wish I had more heal ally cards. Do I want to just put 2 curses in the deck quickly? I can shield somebody and put 2 curses in the deck. That might just be best. And then I have to short rest here. Rallying Cry kind of sucks to lose, but... Alright, so move 2, drag down. And then I really need to heal up. I guess we just play double heals. Hopefully Drifter doesn't miss. None of them are attacking. Dang. Oh. I didn't realize there was difficult terrain there, so I wasn't going to get to do the drag down anyway. Well, whoops. Do I even want to... Do I want to switch? I'd rather stay. 2 attacks for 2 aren't really doing much. Drag down, this guy would let me poison him. Okay, I kind of like that kill. Oh, other than I miss out on the curse now. Also, I don't get anything out of flesh shielding anybody, so maybe we'll just make the summon. And maybe I'll just make it immune to a source of damage. The problem is if they get their tunneling claws, that's bad for Bone Shaper. Banner suffers a ton. Alright, Drifter's going to... This guy's going to die to wound. Drifter's going to fortitude this guy and try to kill him. Bone Shaper needs some healing now, but Banner really needs healing. I'm able to just go fast and get out next turn, though. Ooh, okay, but I need to double heal myself because I can go for a Resolved Courage. I just don't want to die to the Retaliate. And Drifter very likely kills here. Good. Alright. We ate a lot of curses and muddles there. Okay. Still alive. I no longer have that super good Resolve Courage, though. With Skeleton back 1 Hex, it's a really nice tip of the spear. So let's have Skeleton hit, move Skeleton back, then move Banner in and tip of the spear, although we are muddled. Drifter tanks anything that's not a crit, and I do have a card to lose if it is a crit. And then let's just go for a fast. Ooh, fast poison disarm into this guy. I like it. Okay, he's not moving, so disarm on him is all we need. It's so crazy to me that I was wounded and regenerated earlier, and it made me take the wound damage and not regenerate. Man, miss +2. That is painful. That is painful. Come on, Skelly. Nope. Not quite. Alright, Geminate needs the most loot, is her thing. Its thing. Okay. Missing that guy is kind of annoying. I really wanted to get that Retaliate on him, but... Oh, okay. Drifter's alive. Barely. Barely alive. We don't have continuous health healing. Alright, I can attack this guy. Maybe hitting this guy for the shockwave damage makes more sense. We'll just... I guess we just go super slow. On Bone Shaper. Drifter, I can heal, I can attack. Maybe I back off and poison? Move, heal, and poison this guy at range so there's no retaliate. I've got Unbreakable Wall, move, hit, push away. That's pretty decent. Icebound Quills, maybe. Okay, it's Tunneling Slices, so if Banner misses the kill, then I probably do Icebound Quills. Hey, good job, Banner. Okay, this time it gave me the Regenerate. So I'll lose my Regenerate and I'll tank an attack for 3 if I play the loss. given Drifter's low stamina, I might as well just play the Lost, because what else am I gonna get? Oh, the attack community will not be disadvantaged. But I can give it a shield 1. And then I guess I just attack here. And I move to heal 2. Oh, but I don't want to pick up the loot. But if I go here, then he can hit both of us. Whereas from here, he can only target Geminate. Ooh, Corpse Copy and a Snow Thistle. Alright. Gem takes almost no damage. I need Gem to get all of the money. Skeleton kills with a crit. Oh, and with a +1. Good job, Skelly. Look at you. Alright. I can't summon or I'll die. But we made it through. We made it through. Probably no remorse heal the Bone Shaper. Maybe. It's gonna take a long time to get over to that next room. I could throw down Banner of Healing. A lot of people need it. I don't think it's worth it, though. And Drifter has to avoid that money. But Geminate gets 2. I'll need to check everybody's money. But also gets the Regenerate. That's a really good card. Top loot and heal up. And now I can make skeletons. Alright. Oh, 3 or more loot tokens on the same turn. That's not going to happen. Kill an enemy and pick up its loot. We got that one already. No attacks in the first 3 rounds. We failed already. And get the most loot. So we have 3, 1, 4, and 1. So if I pick up 2 loot on Geminate, and if I pick up 3 loot in the same turn on Bone Shaper, then everybody gets their stuff. I can dream. Heal 2 or move 2. Let's take the heal 2. Whereas Geminate gets to heal 2 and move 2. I'm gonna wait a while before we open this door, but that's alright with me. I could have Horn of Commanded the skeleton closer. I just don't think it's gonna matter. Drop Eternal Torment. That would be my only hope for getting 3 loot in the same turn, but I don't want to try to force it that hard. Alright, so we'll throw a regroup heal into Drifter. I'll just go late and move over. Can I move a lot? No, I simply cannot move. Long rest on Geminate and long rest on Drifter. And then if Drifter can reach, he'll be nice and healthy by the time we get to monsters. But it's going to be a very long time before he's able to reach. I think he just has a move 4. Then once we open the door, we need all of the monsters to not go and kill our buddy at the top. So I want Geminate to open with a lot of move. Flailing Tendrils could be really nice to wound a lot of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can drop a card from either type. Let's drop Harvest the Essence. We're full health. Alright, so I'll just into my Embrace Firefly Swarm. Open the door and we'll just see what it looks like. And then here... we'll just go late-ish and move in. Drifter is just moving 4, and we'll get there when we get there. And Bone Shaper is just moving 2, and we'll get there when we get there. At least everybody healed the full.
You leap and roll, threading through the conduit forest in search of shelter from these subterranean attackers. But you only make it a short way before your path becomes
There are
blocked.
6 enemies in here.
Orgog's corpses, a small horde of them, stand burning.
Okay, tunneling slices is so by far the best thing that could happen. Because I've got skeletons way back here, and Bone Shaper is really late. So they're moving... move 6 and move 4. Okay, so this one is going to hit my Algox guard. And there's nothing I can do about that. I'll just move Jim out of the way up here, and then nothing should hit. Yeah. I don't get to hit, but it was just an attack 3, so who cares? We'll need somebody to go heal him. But hey, he did some damage. 1, 2, 3, 4... So if I move in 3, I could get off an attack for 3, but if I just move up here, I just can't get hit. But they're all going to come into this room, and so we can probably use the hazards a little bit. I guess if you say so. He definitely wanted to get to these. Oh, I totally forgot I had that flesh shield out. This is an elite, so I might as well disadvantage it. Okay, never mind. Miss and miss. Wow, that guy just barely moved. And he didn't even hurt my buddy. Alright, this feels pretty decent for me. What can we do? Let's just move a skeleton in. And move a skeleton in. And now they can reach at least much easier next turn. This guy should go here and this guy should go here, so they should all reach. We can heal somebody who needs it. These guys are grouped up, which makes me really want to go for, like, a Vile Assault on them. Maybe I'll just do a ranged fortitude attack. Maybe I unsummon a skeleton and do a ranged fortitude attack. Or Drifter's hitting way harder. Maybe I just let Drifter hit here. I would like for him to tank. I can hit 2 targets with Unbreakable Wall. Ooh, okay, let's short rest. I can pull in with Javelin and push away with Unbreakable Wall, and this guy will suffer trap damage, and then I hit all 3 of them. And that's just way too good to pass up. And then here... ooh. I definitely wish I were in melee form. But I can probably push into a hazard. I'm definitely not supposed to be able to switch, so I'm not going to click that even though it's letting me. Alright, overall, I think this is going to be good. Don't move. Ooh, do I want to pull this guy in instead? No, because maybe he won't be able to reach anybody. Three target attack, 3, 0 damage. Let's just not push. Oh, pushing off of the hazard would have been good. Dang, I really wanted to be in melee mode. I totally forgot about that. Oh, and I could have commanded that guy to go to a way better spot. What do I do? I'll just heal up Banner, because Banner's going to take some hits here. And I'll move in, and I will unsummon Skeleton number 3. And now Drifter can go there. And I just want to kill this guy. Good. Oh, Bone Shaper's going to get hit by this guy. And has no cards to lose. So hopefully it's a miss. Okay, I think that means the only thing that I can really do here is push this guy away. But at least we did have a way. Do not want to push this guy, because then he would target Bone Shaper. But now everybody goes after Banner. Oh, we can take damage for him. Okay, that's really good. That's really good, because he'll win that 1v1. Although it's about to be a 2v1. Let's get some Dark going. For a Flesh Shield Retaliate. Banner survives purely because of that shield. Good. Alright. Geminate has to do the very embarrassing short rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. But at least I have a good Into My Embrace here. And that is what I want to be doing. So that works out. Drifter. I'll short rest because I want to be the focus. But Fortitude is a very good card. If I go after Gem, who's going at 30, then I can Fortitude and get my Shockwave damage, which means I go after 30, and I can Meat Grinder. What's their Tunneling Slices speed? 68? Alright, so we want to underspeed 63. 53 would be really good to underspeed. So maybe I just need to go fast. I can just immobilize this guy and get out. And then I don't get the Meat Grinder off, which I would love, but this is probably better. And here I'm just going to go for a Flesh Shield. Not try to be fancy or anything. Ah, standing still. Well, so much for that immobilized play. But it's fine, we'll still get him. Back off. And remove this wound. So Skeleton is who gets hit over here. And Skeleton is who gets hit over here. The problem is the Skeletons are basically never surviving an attack for 6. Let's just Bone Dagger. My Skeleton will tank the focus for me. I get an attack here. We get the curse. It does some damage. That's fine. We'll just let the Skeletons tank a couple of hits. I say as I realize now I just pulled this guy to where he can only hit Bone Shaper. But it's fine, because Drifter always kills this guy. This guy. So Drifter attacks with nice Pierce. Really nice Pierce. Okay. Oh, we get a tick back. And then the Shockwave kills this guy. Guard, you're strengthened. Kill him. Oh, it's back away. What a nice pull. What a nice pull. He gets range card while they get standstill melee. And then the skeleton didn't even want to go down. How many curses do they have now? They still have 5 curses. And Command the Wretched has Pierce now. Drifter's low on cards, but this should be fine. I can run in fast and Tip of the Spear. And I could Flailing Tendrils. I don't necessarily want to, like, wound everything. Maybe I'll just attack this guy with poison and disarm him. Furthest away is weird here. It's going to be very weird. Hopefully we can just kill a couple things and not have to worry about it. But probably not. We do not do very much damage. I don't think anybody's going to reach the guard for that Retaliate. Dude, that's like the 3rd time I've pulled Rolling Regenerate into a -1. That's okay, because we do huge damage here with a crit. No. Not quite. Drifter, what's the play? Oh, I lost my... Yeah. I lost my crushing weight, so my melee attacks are not doing very much damage here. Ooh, skeleton with a damage because of that poison. And another damage because of the poison. And now let's just get the huge heal. Why not? And Banner's deck should be okay-ish with this attack 5. Oh, nice crit. Very, very nice crit. That guy's disarmed. Oh, could not have asked for better. Alright, and now I can just... I'm not going to do the loss on No Remorse, but I can Fortitude this guy. That guy dies to Shockwave. This guy probably dies to the guard, maybe, if he has enough movement. Banner, can I move 1, 2, 3, 4? No, I can't move 4 and get a Meat Grinder. So I'll just move closer this turn to try to Meat Grinder next turn. And here I will move and switch, and I'm just going to try to pick up loot. Looks like Bone Shaper is not going to get 3 loot in a turn. Nice. Focus on furthest enemy. Love it. I believe they will all be moving in towards me. Ooh, maybe I can kill this guy? Nice. Alright. And that should be a 1 level. I don't love him running over that way, but it's not the end of the world. We'll get the most loot on Jim. I just believe Drifter can't pick up anymore. Yeah, Drifter already has 4. But Gem can loot this. Banner and Bone should each be able to pick up a loot token. And that shouldn't cause a loss. Eventually, Buddy will win up there. Reshape the guys. And then I'm going to have to long rest to get rid of my guard. Is he retaliating 2 into him? Yes, he is. Love that for us. I don't think I have Javelin anymore. I just lost it, right? Oh, it's in my discard. So I probably just kill this guy next turn with Javelin into the hazard. This is a fun level. Burrowing Blades are, at the very least, interesting enemies. And Jim should by far have the most loot. Yeah, 6 versus 4 versus 2 versus 2. Alright, playing 4 ticks on Drifter was probably a mistake, especially not keeping up with it, so I didn't realize that either my continuous health or my crushing weight was wearing off when it did. But we got there. Don't need to pull any modifiers. Just pull the enemy. Oh, Bone's not going to have enough movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Drifter can reach it. And he has... yeah, he has 4. Geminate has 6, so it doesn't mess anything up. And we full cleared the map. Not something I generally do. Geminate was basically exhausted because I had no way to switch from range back to melee, but that's not important. Long resting switches. Honestly, I would have liked to have seen more experience on people. Yeah, I totally forgot Prepper. I failed it literally at 18 speed on turn 1. So whoops on that one. But we got everything else that we possibly could have, I think. Theoretically, battle-tested tactician was possible. I did bring 3 target formations to the level. But that is the Algok storyline done.
Walking down the
Algok storyline done. Lurker storyline, we have 3 levels left. This is my private empire. I guess it only goes away if you get the good ending, but I don't even know if that's possible on +3. I've never gotten it before. The best I've done is 4 out of 5. And that was not in the Nuzlocke context. That was just in trying my hardest to beat the level. I wonder if Snowflake can... I bet Snowflake can kind of cheese the 3rd and the 4th episodes by just putting a ton of hazards by the door in the 2nd episode. I don't know, that sounds really tough, because getting through some of these rooms in just 2 rest cycles would be really hard. But I would like to clear my private empire from here. Tomorrow night, I think we try to take on at least the spire basement, and maybe the upper spire as well, along with the top of the spire. And then the only thing left is crossing the bridge, and doing the collect 8 wood quest levels, the searching for the oak. I need 4 more pieces of wood on Deathwalker to unlock that, and then we just need to wait like 1 or 2 more weeks for Snowflake to unlock core attunement. When it comes to the town, we can upgrade the trading post. I think I was able to do this after the last level, and I just totally spaced it out. Whoops. Oh, I don't think I trained a soldier last time either. That's a dumb mistake. Alright, trading post is being upgraded, and we'll have some items there. Garden. Dang it. I didn't plant an herb last week, and now I can't plant an herb because it's in harvest week, even though there's not an herb planted. That's a sad mistake. Alright, that's all fine. Can't upgrade the wall again. We don't actually need that much more prosperity before we level, though. We do have enough building upgrades that we can hit prosperity 4. But I am exhausted, ready for bed. So Deathwalker needs to find a level to play to get some wood. She needs a lot of wood. She is going to level the next level she beats. Spire Basement has 4 wood, so I guess we'll send her there, because she's definitely not playing Frozen Fjord. So we'll send Deathwalker here, and she just has to pick up every single piece of loot. But even if we kill everything, we're definitely not guaranteed to get all 4 of the wood. But if we do, that would be nice. Very few levels remaining. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 levels left total. Exciting. Alright, have a good night, everybody. I will be back tomorrow.